debating. The voices rose, and the Prophet ﷺ went into his house. After he went to his house, they started saying, I think we made a mistake. So the Prophet came wearing his armor, wearing his helmet. So they said, "Oh Prophet of Allah, we concede. Let us fight them in Medina." The Prophet said, "No, as long as I had put my armor, I cannot take it out. Let's go." And we know what happened when they went in Medina. 70 of the companions were martyred. Among them, Mus'ab ibn Umair, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet himself was injured, his tooth broken, and the rings of his shield went into his cheek, started bleeding. All of this because of you. Not you, of course. Because of the youth being impulsive. The vast majority of problems in the Muslim world is because of the youth being impulsive, not referring to the wisdom of the elders, of the scholars, of the people of experience. Yes, nobody is telling you not to think, but we're telling you to do it as a team. In any sports team, if you have one person who does not consider himself as a team player, even if it had Ronaldo, Messi, or whatever, the whole team would what? Collapse and lose. It's the team effort that makes the ummah come on top and prevail. There are so many obstacles facing the youth, and we don't have time, unfortunately. But inshallah, next visit I will come to you. Maybe we will expand on these headlines because each one requires a lecture. One, the imbalance in our lives. And this requires a full-fledged lecture. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, to one of his companions, "Inna li rabbika alayka haqqan." Your Lord has rights over you. Correct? Salah, siyam, obligations, halal, haram. Your family, your spouse has rights over you. Your guest, social connectivity and affairs, has rights over you. Your body, your health, has rights over you. So give each its due right. This is the equation for a happy life. You can be the best businessman, but do bad in your health, do bad in family relations, and do bad in worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal. You can be the biggest mutawwi'. You know mutawwi'? This is the Arabic word for someone who's righteous and practicing. Anyone in Saudi who has a beard, even if Fidel Castro comes in, they will say, "Mutawwi', mutawwi', come." Because they consider that growing a beard is, whoa, something out of this world. So you could be the biggest scholar, student of knowledge, da'i. But if you don't strike the balance, you will develop illnesses because not taking care of your health. You will not see your children. MashaAllah, who's this? This is your youngest boy. Whoa, I don't know, MashaAllah. What is your name? I don't see him. I travel a lot. And you will be poor because you don't have a 9-to-5 job and you don't work in business. You're devoting your time only for da'wah. And this is not the right way of doing it. You can be a gold medalist and you can be really fit, but this doesn't bring you money unless you play football. This would harm your family relations, your social activities, your kinship connection, business, etc. So many things. The best is to have this balance. Like the Prophet ﷺ. Wallah, if you look into the biography of the Prophet, it's crazy. How did he have the time to preach people in the masjid, to solve social problems between spouses, to give counseling, to give preaching, to be the judge, to lead armies, and to pray 5 to 6 hours a day until his feet were swollen, and fast until we say he never breaks his fast. He keeps on fasting like for months. How does he do all of this? It's the balance, it's the barakah. So this requires a lecture. The youth must fear Allah Azza wa Jal. But fearing Allah to the best of your ability. Sometimes shaitan comes to you and says, listen, if you cannot adhere 100% to Islamic teachings, might as well you should not. And this is how shaitan penetrates. My CV is this big, with all the courses and the jobs, positions that I have assumed in my life. Shaitan's CV goes to the ceiling. Since Adam, peace be upon him. So he's really expert in knowing how to deviate you from the straight path. So he comes to you and say, Ya akhi, you pray 5 times a day, you fast Mondays and Thursdays, you recite Qur'an every day, you make night prayer, mashallah, you're a good Muslim, but you smoke. You're a bad Muslim. You should leave all of this. This is wrong. You have to fear Allah to the best of your ability. Yes, quit smoking. But if you can't, then do more good deeds in order to compensate. Allah is most merciful. But to come and say, no, either all or none, this is shaitan. The youth have to spend more time in volunteering. And volunteering in Islam is a big topic. One of the most famous volunteers that is remembered until the Day of Judgment is Anas ibn Malik, the servant of the Prophet ﷺ. He came when he was how old? 10 years. And accompanied the Prophet ﷺ until he was 20 years of age. For how much per month? 0. Nothing. Volunteer. But look what happened to him now. No one says Anas ibn Malik except he says, radiyallahu anhu. One of the most companions to narrate the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. One da'wah during these 10 years was sufficient. His mother Sulaym brought him, said, O Prophet of Allah, your servant Unais, give da'wah to him. So he says, Allahumma atil umurah. O Allah, prolong his life. وَبَارِكْ لَهُ فِي مَالِهِ, and bless his wealth. وَأَكْثِرْ مِنْ عِيَالِهِ, and give him a lot of offspring. وَاغْفِرْ ذَنْبَهُ, and forgive his sin. Anas says, whenever he narrates this hadith, I am among the last of all companions. I'm almost 90 years of age. So Allah prolonged my life. As for my children, I have buried 100 of my own offspring. He buried, and there are many living. So children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, he had buried from them 100. So he has so many. As for my wealth, all my farms and gardens in Medina, all the farms produce once a year, except my farms. They produce twice a year. From among all the companions, I'm the only one. As for the fourth, I'm hopeful that Allah would answer it. What was the fourth? Forgiveness. This is one of the fruits of volunteer work. طيب, I have another section which is about what to do in order for the youth to be productive. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, and each one requires seriously a full-fledged lecture. But I will just skim through it quickly. 1, you must not have any spare time. Utilize every second in your life. The moment you have spare time, what will you do with it? What's up? Face hell, Twitter, and the mother of all evils, YouTube. And you find yourself becoming addicted, and your time is lost. Your prayer, in the beginning, you lose the first straw. 5, 6 days later, you miss the takbiratul ihram. A month or 2 later, you miss a rak'ah or 2. And it may reach that you miss the whole salat. But I'm just, and you do this. Ya akhi, chop it off. This that goes up and down, and